So, to the north side of the map from Louis Blanche, we do have the blue pros player from France, PtitDrogo. On the bottom side of the map, the red Zerg player from IEM, ladies and gentlemen, it's DIMAGA. So the invited players are, as Gelden is asking in the chat, I just found it on the, it's actually on the Team Liquid thread. The invited players for tomorrow are Bunny, Snoot, Showtime, TLO, Harstem, Firecake, Mana, and Lilbo. So that's actually pretty good. I just missed Harstem from my earlier kind of memory. So yeah, it's going to be those 8 guys tomorrow, plus whoever, plus the 8 players who qualify through from today. So you just have to make it through the round of 8 today, and you can check the bracket if you would like it. Type exclamation mark bracket into the chat. I'll get a link for you, so you can check that out to see how players are doing, how players are getting along in terms of advancing towards that qualification position. So actually, I've just checked. It also takes place. So it starts at 2 PM Central European Summertime tomorrow. So in the afternoon, I'm imagining it's going to be a long day of StarCraft, because it is going to be it's going to be what am I trying to say? Thingy. It's going to be double. I'm pretty sure it's still double elimination. So I do believe will be a long day, and I think ESL are covering it on their own channel, and probably base trade with it as a backup stream. But again, don't quote me on that. That's just what I am assuming. Alright, so Zell coming across the map here from PtitDrogo. Going to be quite fast coming out and going to be looking to see what he can get up to. DIMAGA is moving across the map with a couple of things. He's actually unfortunately missed this Zealot, so PtitDrogo is going to be able to get right in here, and he's going to be able to get in between the mineral line. And well, there's a queen out, so the mineral line is not going to be too much of an issue. He's going to pick up one worker kill already, though. He's going to just grab a second one. He's going to get one more. It's going to get pulled away in time, and that Zealot goes down. But a Zealot for 2 drones is fantastic. Loses some mine time on the drones as well, and a nice little opening from PtitDrogo. A little bit of damage done. Slows DIMAGA down a little bit, and once again from DIMAGA we're seeing this free hatch play. No gas, very standard, very much so just based on building up a big economy, and yeah, not really anything too exciting, just what we've seen from the last 3 games, which we just saw when he was playing against Bling. So not really too much to talk about from DIMAGA's side of things. Cooling is actually going to sneak in towards this main base. What's PtitDrogo really up to back here at home, though? I mean, again, this is Varney, so if he wants to, he can go into that very fast third base. He can get his forge down very quickly. He doesn't have to commit to extra gateways just to wall off his natural ramp. So he has that potential if he would like to go for it. We'll see exactly what he will do here in a few moments' time. He is bringing a probe down towards the low ground, so there it is. It's going to be that 5-minute 40 nexus, really as fast as it can be. I mean, this is going down before there's even a forge up, right? So I mean, this is before we even see the possibility to add cannons at the front here. So I guess, I mean, his vision doesn't really, he hasn't really seen much. I guess he saw, I mean, he didn't even see this other gas to the other side, but I guess he may just know how DIMAGA likes to play, so he's happy taking this risk here. It should be a forge coming up next, and in fact there it is, added on by that probe. He really does need this, because he needs to be able to add on the cannons at the front. He needs to be able to get into this defensive setup at this third base if he wants to keep it alive. And again, this is great for him, but you know, and DIMAGA seeing this so early at the same time as well can be very greedy himself, you know, moving to that very fast 4th base at about 8ish minutes if you would like to, and probably at the gold base as well, I would imagine, and also probably just going to be droning up massively here in the next few moments, not going to be focusing on too much else other than just making a hell of a lot of drones. One opportunity for him could have been to, if he really wanted to, maybe try and I guess he could have tried to do what he did on Coda against Bling, which is kind of go for a big Roach Ling play to try and bust this down early and to try and get some damage done. But yeah, he's not going to. In fact, he's just going to drop the double Evo chamber. So it looks as though he wants to play a very similar style as to what he played last time at Vonnie Research Station, when again we watched him play against Bling. About half an hour ago we saw him on Vonnie Research Station against Bling, and he went for this melee upgrade style. It's the exact same here. The evolution chambers are even placed in the same place. So no real surprises here from DIMAGA. Again, it's just standard straight up game from him. Nothing we wouldn't really expect. Nothing out of the ordinary. And he adds the Roach Roaring again, which is more for safety than anything else at this point in time. Just going to get that up, and you know, he can make a few roaches if he needs them defensively. He's not going to. PtitDrogo isn't being aggressive. I'm actually kind of surprised he added it on, because I mean, with this faster third base, your extra gateways are very much so delayed. So I don't really think you can I don't really think you can move across the map with the sentries and get much done. You know, I can understand doing it against an 8-minute third base in case you do have a sentry push coming across the map, but I think with the way PtitDrogo's done this, I think the sentries are just so late coming up. I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of sentries, but a lot of them are very low on energy. I don't think it's worthwhile moving across the map. It's not like Bling on Expedition Lost. He had a lot of energy on them sentries when he moved across, so not too sure. Gold base going to come down from DIMAGA. Going to be scouted almost immediately by PtitDrogo as he moves by with this hallucinated Phoenix. And this hallucinated Phoenix just moves on through and continues to fly through the bases here. A few Zerglings on the way out for DIMAGA, and again, Zergling speed about to kick in as well as that 1-1. So I'm going to be able to go straight into his +2/+2. And PtitDrogo continues to scout around. He did see that double evolution chamber. He sees the lair now finished. You'll see an infestation pit coming down. So you should have a pretty good idea about what's going on here. A lot of extra gateways being added. It's going to take him to what, 6-9 in total. And we'll see what he wants to do with that. Immortal's already on the way. So again, very much so doing the same as what Bling did, which was preparing for the Ultralisk Cavern. Very much so. It's a long time, you know, far in advance. You know, he knows that in the long term he's going to need Immortals to deal with Ultras, so he's going to start building them now. And I would really be surprised if he got aggressive here, because what does he stand to gain from attacking into Speedlings? The best thing he can do is sit back, build up towards the late game, and just, you know, if his opponent wants to attack into him, where he's not out in the open, where he doesn't have to use a full ring of, you know, a full concave of force fields to defend himself. This Phoenix does go down there, and single Zergling just patrolling back and forth here. Just again, I mean, quite has map control from DIMAGA, just watching for anything moving across the map. He knows there's no pylon out there, so he knows if anything aggressive is going to be coming his way, he'll know about it. As PtitDrogo will begin to move out here again. I'm not too sure how I feel about this aggression. You know, about him actually moving out to fight. I mean, I guess in some ways I feel it's kind of nice. And some feels like it's kind of bad, because again, I feel as though fighting out in the open can be the worst possible thing against this sort of composition. But at the same time, if you can hit, you know, when DIMAGA's investing a lot into upgrades and not units, aka just before the Ultras Cavern finishes, then it's actually kind of a really nice timing, because DIMAGA doesn't have as much on the field as he usually would, or if he does, then he's spent his bank, you know, invest into something which isn't kind of the late techie units which he's really aiming for. PtitDrogo is really going to commit to this. He has got +3 attack started, so he's got a backup plan behind this. You know, he's not all or nothing on this attack. Only 2 spine cores on the way up here for DIMAGA, and this is a lot less than what we saw him using against Bling before. He's ready to come in from the other side with these extra set of Lings and Roaches, and there you go, these few Sonic and Force here. PtitDrogo begins to just blink backwards, and it looks as though for now this aggression appears to be working. DIMAGA really needs to kind of utilize these spine cores. He's got them on the high ground, but he's just not using them at all. 2-2 is just about to finish. I wonder if it would have been better for DIMAGA to just maybe back away from this base, let that get killed, and then try and engage with the 2-2 upgrades by himself, build himself some more spine cores over to the left hand side. Ultra Cavern's on the way, but again, this was kind of the perfect time. And again, I think this is the one way you really can be aggressive against this build, just before the Ultras are coming out. Attack and really make use of whatever you make use of that timing where the money for the Zerg player isn't in unit, it's being banked up because he wants to make a lot of Ultras. Blinking forwards here, looks as though PtitDrogo is going to be able to clean this out without too much of an issue, and DIMAGA looks as though he's in a little bit of trouble. Force field on that ramp, and yeah, now he's not going to get any units out of the main. In fact, the gold base was left alive here by PtitDrogo. He's just going to move over here and keep warping in. I mean, I don't think it really matters. He blinks forwards, he's going to clean every single unit out. Rotron goes down. Third base going to go down. He made a bunch of spines in his main, which I think is a bit of a mistake. He should have made them at his third. Yeah, this is GG. We're just waiting for DIMAGA to tap out, really. Blinking forwards up into the high ground. Few Ultras are on the way, but the problem is there's nothing to support them. They're just going to get picked off one at a time, and you know, they're just going to get one shot down by this kind of massive Stalkers. They're not going to be able to connect and do the damage they need to do. It's just way too late. The rest of the units have already been killed off. So DIMAGA, he's kind of clinging on to the last hopes here, but it's just not really going to work out. And there you go. You see, he dies very, very quickly. One ultra down, second ultra down. Two mortals mixed in, they really do just die super, super quick. There's only links popping out over here at the natural, and PtitDrogo just continues to move forward. See his Warp Prism, not even bringing his Warp Prism forwards anymore. It's just added on some cannons back at home. These ultras don't really want to find a choke point, but we've got no choice really. PtitDrogo bringing back, I mean, the ultras doing a hell of a lot of damage. Imagine if you had these out when the army originally attacked, when you had so much backup for them. But he didn't, and that's going to be GG. And PtitDrogo takes game number 1 in fairly convincing fashion here. Against DIMAGA, and he really seemed to just know what he wanted to do in that game. You know, he knew the composition he was up against, he was well prepared, he hit the timing, which was pretty much spot on. He knew, you know, he saw the infestation pick going down, he knew how long he had before the Ultra Cavern was up, and it hit at pretty much the time he needed it to. So, again, PtitDrogo making me look silly for me saying, hey, I'm a little bit scared of being aggressive against this number of Zerglings. I don't think you should fight out in the open, but he says no, it's actually the best thing to do with that little bit of timing. Anyways, PtitDrogo, DIMAGA, going to be going into game number 2 here in a few moments' time. Just waiting to get our invite into this. Excuse me, sorry. I should have muted my mic there, my bad. Or turned away a little bit more. Invite into Coda for game number 2. So same map pool so far as PtitDrogo, as DIMAGA versus Bling. Not too surprising. I mean, Varney, Coda, very common maps which both races like. Very few gimmicks, very little coin flippiness. I mean, Iron Fortress pretty terrible for Pros. I mean, Infernopool's pretty crap as well in PvZ. What else is there? Expedition Lost, Echo, both kind of okay maps PvZ. And then there is also Cactus Valley. Probably don't want to play such a big open map again. Very similar reasons to not wanting to play Iron Fortress and Inferno Pools. I mean, at the same time, Pros players can play these. You know, they can play these larger maps. The way they like to play, the way they can play the greediest and the best, is playing on these smaller maps with a lot of choke points, etc., etc. So that's why we usually see them coming through in the map pool. And you can imagine the Zerg player probably, I don't know. I guess the Zerg player then just kind of vetoes out the maps he feels are the worst from his point of view after the big maps are gone. I mean. I guess in that last series, if you think about the last series vetoes, which was, we got what, Expedition Lost, Varney and Coda. I mean, DIMAGA must have vetoed one of Inferno. I mean, vetoing Inferno Pools as a Zerg, I guess, isn't a bad thing either, because I mean, you can get the stupid spawns, and if you get the bad spawns, it really can suck for you as well. So I don't know. I think 14-14 is just kind of broken on that map though. So there's a lot of personal choice as well, of course. Players just prefer certain maps. Yeah, I guess I am kind of surprised one of the bigger maps didn't make it through into the map pool. Because there are 3 big maps, and of course the Protoss only gets 2 viewers. Excuse me. Alright. Let us introduce our players. So the bottom right hand corner from Nuit Blanche, we have the blue Protoss. There's PtitDrogo. And in the upper left hand corner of the map, we have our red Zerg player from Izimba. It is DIMAGA. Tomorrow's matches will be casted. I don't know. Again, I think they're being casted by ESL TV. I'm sure you'll be able to find them. Find all the links on the sidebar though. I don't know if we're allowed to community cast tomorrow. What we might be able to do is community cast the early rounds and then drop out when there's only 2 matches playing at the same time. Also, because I think that's what usually happens. You have to drop out once kind of base trade and the mainstream have each match covered. So that's what kind of usually happens. But again, we'll just kind of, yeah, if I can stream, I will be streaming. But I'm not too sure yet. But I'm sure someone will definitely be covering the matches tomorrow. Probe did come across the map to scout here. Not really too much going on in the early game. I know I've kind of spent a little while not really talking about this game. I'm talking about vetoes and stuff instead. But here we are kind of seeing what we've seen every game so far. Free hatch, no gas from DIMAGA, Frost player expanding, getting his early units out, the Zealot, the Mothership Core, and just playing it out from there. First couple of Lings on the map. Not really too much to say. This is 100% live, so I don't think he is playing a ladder game right now, if he's playing on his stream. Because unless this is a fake DIMAGA. Zealot picks off a Zergling there. 3 gates on the way up. PtitDrogo is going to change things up. He's going to give us something to talk about at the start of this. He's going to give us a little bit of aggression to look towards. He's only on 1 gas, so he has been changing things up a little bit here. Something which DIMAGA has seen though. He's seen all 3 of these gateways building. Probe, Zealot, Mothership Core coming across the map, and that pylon's going to start being placed down. Rotron's on the way, halfway done right here. Can DIMAGA hold on? There's going to be a lot of Zealots, a lot of pressure from PtitDrogo. DIMAGA needs to try and defend as best he can. He moves up the strat with this probe, moves away, sees just 2 queens, a few lings. He needs to be careful with this probe. I mean, only 1 pylon. It's not going down just yet. Where is PtitDrogo going to focus his attention? Where is he going to try and attack? He does have 1 time warp available on the Mothership Core. 170 being warped in here. 3 Zealots alongside it. It looks as though for him it is time to go. So he's going to jump forward. So he's going to be moving in. He's going to be just going for this third base. He's got 170, so only 1 force field available. And going to be interesting to see how he tries to take this on, as there's actually a lot of Zerglings, and with once they get onto that grid, they move quite quickly. 2 queens against the Mothership Core means that Mothership Core will be dying pretty fast as well. And PtitDrogo gets turned around very simply here by DIMAGA. 4 more Zealots warped in, but they're not going to do too much, I don't think. And in fact, I think he's just going to have to pull back and recall out. A little bit of damage done on the outro, but that will be about it. And DIMAGA holds on fairly easily here. Behind this PtitDrogo, he has to go into extra gas. You know, he hasn't had his extra gas until now, so he's really been quite limited on his gas. So he really has to get that going. He adds his he adds 2 more gateways, so he's actually going to continue with the aggression, which I guess is why he's only taking 1 extra gas right now. If he was actually going to attack, he'd probably be taking at least 2, if not all of them. But he's going to keep on being aggressive here. He looks as though he just wants to try and outsmart his opponent, but DIMAGA, what he can see is no gas at this point here, so he starts to wonder, you know, why aren't you taking all your gases? You're a cross player, you're meant to love tech, you're meant to love, you know, teching up and killing me with Immortals and Colossi and all those sort of things, or, you know, just getting Blink, and, you know, why aren't you doing this? So, we'll see if it kind of ticks into DIMAGA's head that this is still some more aggression going to be coming his way. For now, he leaves just a single Ling out on the map, but the Mothership Core is going to clear this away. And that Ling just has to move back for now. Ling's Roaches just, again, retreating. And here we go, pushing across the map. PtitDrogo wants to make something happen. Single Zergling, they're going to see the pylon, going to see the units. And DIMAGA now knows he has to just keep on roaching it up. Injecting, making roaches, making Lings. He has to make as many use as possible right now, because this next wave of attack is coming in from PtitDrogo. No bits from PtitDrogo. No anything. This is just straight up 7 gateways to try and end this game. Fair few roaches, fair few Lings out for DIMAGA. Now with Zergling's feet as well will help to engage a few sentries, not loads though, so the number of force fields will be plentiful to begin with, but very limited thereafter. So it's going to be kind of 1 engagement to really decide how this is going to go. The time warp sort of misses and lets a lot of roaches forwards very early on here. A lot of zealots though, and they cleave through the first set of lings very quickly, and these roaches are now actually trapped. And the zealots will be able to close the distance and do a little bit more damage to them, but I don't think it's really going to be enough. Some more stalkers being walked in, some more zealots too. DIMAGA continuing to fight this here. Some lings starting to connect onto the units in the back, and it looks as though DIMAGA is going to push this back without too much of an issue. DIMAGA looking as though he's just going to push on through and even up this series. He's going to clean out the zealots, the stalkers. He's going to clean out everything here. Some more lings and roaches still moving forwards. GG, well played. A very simple defense from DIMAGA here. On Coda, you know, he holds that initial 4 gate, he holds the 7 gate follow up. He had a very good, you know, he always kept the map control, he kept his lings out there, even when PtitDrogo was denying them the Zerglings, he was continuously resending them out, and they paid off. He saw the pile, and he started making units. He was ready for the attack, and that is half of the battle. And the other half, well, he had enough units, and that's kind of all you need. PtitDrogo, I feel, slipped up a little bit. The time warp seemed very misplaced. The force fields worked very much so in favour of him in terms of they stopped the roaches from retreating so the zealots could get damage done. But I feel as though more than anything he probably wanted to actually cut the units off, because I don't think you could win everything at the same time. So that was just DIMAGA responding perfectly to PtitDrogo's build, and now we're going to be going into game number 3. We're all tied up here once again in a ZVP. Again, excuse me, I have a bad cough, as you have probably heard. So yeah, guys, the stream is on a 3-minute delay, so the stream is on a 3-minute delay. So if DIMAGA's streaming without delay, then it is very possible that he is, well, he will be ahead of time. So that could very well be what is going on. But again, it's obviously as a streamer you have to follow the streamer's rules, which are to you know, have that delay. Excuse me. Couldn't get the mute in time. Why am I so ill? What a week. Like, I finished uni, went out drinking a bunch, and then decided to become, well, then I came home, I was like, yeah, cool, now there's nothing to distract me from focusing on StarCraft and stuff, and then I got really ill, and then I didn't leave my bed all day yesterday, until in the evening I was sick of lying down. I came out and I laddered, but that wasn't actually because I wanted to ladder. I actually wanted to play Witcher 3, and I thought I'd started installing, but when I got up, I hadn't. So I had to start installing it, which took like 3 hours. So I laddered for 3 hours while I waited. Passion. In the bottom left corner of Expedition Lost, the exact same map pool there, and apparently very popular map pool for PvZs. We have our Blue Pros player from Nuit Blanche, PtitDrogo. So I mean, I guess it's not that weird to see the exact same map pool, because I suppose half the vetoes are going to be the same. And I guess Protoss vetoes are kind of very similar as they are usually anyway, so no real surprise to see the exact same 3 maps. In the upper right corner of the map from Izimba, ladies and gentlemen, DIMAGA. If you're just joining us, this is the IEM Shenzhen Season 10 qualifier for European regions, Stage 1. Stage 2 takes place tomorrow from 2 PM CEST, which is about 17-ish hours from now, I believe, if I can do my maths. It's on the Team Liquid calendar, so go check it out there if you're unsure. And yeah, make sure you go check it out. Snoot, Bunny, TLO, Mana, Harstem, Firekick, Lilbo, and on Showtime will join the 8 players who qualify through here today. So again, if you're enjoying the so yeah, if you're enjoying today, you'll probably enjoy tomorrow, because it's kind of the next stage of the qualifier essentially, so even better games. As the single probe comes under attack. So yeah, make sure you tune in tomorrow. Again, I'm not sure if I'll be streaming, but I'm sure someone will be. I will definitely stream if I'm allowed to stream. So, again, what is going to be the plan? If I'm allowed to, then I will. If I'm not, then you can enjoy it on whoever else is going to be the official streams. So you can go check that out. If you do enjoy what you're seeing here today, or if you want to catch up with any of the earlier matches from this, well, if you want to catch up with any of the other matches from today's qualifier that I've covered, there's not been too many, but they will go up on YouTube. I guess I'll probably do them. I guess I could do them tonight, actually. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to ladder tonight yet, or if I'm going to do some stuff. I should really catch up on YouTube because I have to get some of the Team League playoff matches up there as well. But if you check out the youtube.com/SDTimprove, that's where you can be able to find all of those. Of course, if you're just enjoying the stream, you can hit that follow button, see when I go live every day with StarCraft content for you guys. Again, I'm just talking nonsense, filling time, because Expedition lost. Kind of an interesting map, I suppose, but from DIMAGA we're seeing the exact same as we've seen in the last... Well, this is the 6th game in a row now that he's done this in ZVP. The free hatch, no gas, not too much else to say about it. Alright guys, so PtitDrogo is going to follow up in the exact same way as he did last time. He's going to put down 3 gateways. And... yeah. He's just going to attack again. But DIMAGA's already making Zerglings. He's already got Rotron on the way. He's already getting himself into the exact same position as last game. Excuse me. It's the exact same. Like, it is the exact same. Lings stream in. Queens take down the Mothership Core. This time the Mothership Core used the time up, so there's no recall available. And now DIMAGA has more Lings on the way. In fact, he doesn't have Ling speed on the way. He's not making roaches either. He doesn't have too much gas, I suppose. Can PtitDrogo break through this? Can he find a way to do what he could not do last map? I guess he's retained a few more of his units this time around. There's just so many Zerglings for DIMAGA. I mean, yes, Elves are going to trade very effectively against them, but reinforcements are going to be cut off here, essentially. PtitDrogo is realizing he's starting to get out of there already. A couple of roaches come out, they're going to help a lot here as the Zealots actually get surrounded again. No recall available. PtitDrogo, he's going to lose the Mothership Core, he's going to lose these Stalkers as well. He can't get away with any of this. There's only slow Lings, sure, but I mean, they're doing a good job of forcing this back. He's going to keep opening more Lings, more roaches back at home. PtitDrogo is making probes. Couple of roaches in this. 3 more roaches being added on. These queens need to be very, very careful. Single Ling getting taken down. A few roaches here and there. They need to be so... I mean, he doesn't want to engage straight into this. You know, DIMAGA still has to pick his fights well, but this is going well for him. He's way up in army supply. Now, obviously the one upside is PtitDrogo is ahead on workers, but as soon as DIMAGA gets signal speed, he should be able to move across the map and do a hell of a lot of damage with only a single gas for so long from PtitDrogo. Now taking all 3, so at least going to follow up differently to that last game. With only a single gas, he doesn't have that many sentries, so there's only going to be a handful of force fields available. So again, DIMAGA really should, I think, take this opportunity to move across the map and counterattack. Try and get something done. He is behind on workers, this has put him a little bit behind. But I feel he has the opportunity to make up for it. The tech from his opponent's still delayed. And there we go, moving across the map. These Zerglings coming across. There is a couple of sentries which, whoa, they need to be so careful. What are they doing over there? He's actually going to start taking down his own back rocks. Walls off with just a pylon on the natural. This is interesting. This pylon here is found. He's going to take that out. One roach comes forward. He sees these rocks are being taken down. PtitDrogo wants to move towards the third base. That's what DIMAGA's ready to deal with. He's just positioning his units to come in, engage once these units come down the ramp, and he sees it. I mean, he sees everything with that Overlord. And surely this is going to be it. Surely this is when he comes forwards here. and at least kills off the Nexus, if not more. There's a few sentries out there, and they do have a fair amount of energy. Zerglings coming in from the south side, then Zerglings from to the north. I don't think they're really meant to go over in that direction, as some of them are going to find their way around through the mineral line. The Nexus gets killed, no cancel, and now more force fields have to be used to kind of use the position, to fill the position where the Nexus once was. DIMAGA continue to try and push through here. Is he not able to do this? Is this going to be a defense from PtitDrogo? It looks as though it will be. And with this defense, DIMAGA sits kind of way far down in worker count. 39 drones to 53 probes. Oh my god. DIMAGA is actually... I've misread this so badly. I honestly, like... From his defense, I mean, maybe he just over-defended, right? Like, he made so many more units, yet PtitDrogo never really attacked. So he could have droned a little bit sooner. Like, that's the only real way I can think of this right now, because he defended, he turned it away. PtitDrogo, okay, was probing it back at home. I guess DIMAGA just... Yeah, wow. I don't know. I feel as though he should have at least been able to do more than he did there, but... PtitDrogo really did, I mean, he responded well. He lost his Nexus, replaced the force fields as necessary. A couple of Stalkers are looking to move up this ramp, and, you know what they're going to be able to do. Zarts are trying to attack here. Some force fields come down, and these sentries are going to be able to get rid of these roaches. And PtitDrogo just trading as he can here. I mean, he's still 12 workers ahead. PtitDrogo is actually in a fantastic position. This is insane. Like, I just... In my head, I'm still trying to think, like... how this worked out. I really feel as though it's just DIMAGA really overmade units in that initial defense when he could have started droning again. Or he should have started droning again. You know, adding in a couple of drones for every couple, you know, for every few lings he made or so. He made a few more units to commit to that attack, and the attack just didn't go the way he wanted it to. Wow. I'm genuinely surprised. I think waiting so long to attack was maybe the mistake. I think flinging yourself at this front door even may have been a better idea. I don't know. I just... I'm not sure. I can't get it through my head why he'd end up behind. PtitDrogo's like in a fat position. Like at the end, like again at the end of the fight, he was ahead in workers. I was like, oh yeah, but the counter attack from DIMAGA should get something done because there's barely any tech for PtitDrogo. But I was completely wrong. PtitDrogo now have +2, blink on the way. DIMAGA going in towards tunnel and close. Does he have roach speed? Yes, he does. So he is just going for this kind of very similar build to what he did against Bling on this map. Only off one Rotron this time though, so obviously a bit different because of the way the game opened. So he's going to move across here, but I'm a little bit scared. I mean, +2, blink, finishing for PtitDrogo. I'm not sure these bird roaches are going to be able to do enough. We even have an Immortal being made, which is going to help out so much as well. And PtitDrogo gets that Immortal out. A couple of sentries, Stalkers get warped in as well. But these roaches, they're going to try and come forward here. But there's 4 cannons, and DIMAGA's going to be completely trapped. Big blink forward here. Surely time warp is huge. This is devastating for PtitDrogo. For DIMAGA, sorry. I mean, there's no way he can realistically win this fight, right? I mean, this many roaches and Immortal mixed in here. The sentry is so much free damage as the roaches try and burrow away. He's outnumbered. He's down in upgrades by a long way. There's no way he takes this fight at all, unfortunately. And that's just kind of the way it is. And now he's committed heavily into roaches, but the Immortal count is growing for PtitDrogo. He's getting the answers which he needs. This is what Bling was missing. Bling, he didn't have that Robo Tech up for so long. And, well, PtitDrogo's got a nice and early. Another really nice time up here. Really necessary as well, because otherwise he's about to lose that Immortal. And it also just slows the retreat of these roaches. So another set of roaches. Basically for heat 3 here from PtitDrogo. GG, great.